How to assemble a boss robot arcade cabinet. But first, a word from our sponsor.
Come to Dino's Pub in Renton. They have multiple TVs for watching your favorite team. Pool tables, a golden tea machine, good beer selection. They have an outdoor patio. I've been going there for years. I didn't know that. What the hell? Come for the outdoor patio, pull tabs, trivia on Wednesdays, prime rib on Fridays, musical bingo on Saturdays. Bring the whole family. What? 21 and over. Okay. Leave the minors at home. Get some time for yourself. Try the Dino Nachos or the Dino Burger. It's 2.5-pound patties topped with bacon and your choice of cheese served on the Kaiser roll. Noah B. from Yelp wrote,
"Great amount of food for the money. Taste was nothing special. We get something else next time. 2.5 to 3 stars."
Unhelpful, Noah B. What the hell do you know? No.
Hey.
What?
It's not Dino's Pub. It's Dino's.
Dino like Fred Flintstone's dog?
Yeah, right.
Dino is really a dino. Okay, fine. Come to Dino's Pube.
Content expressed in this video do not reflect opinions held by Dino's Pub. However, I'm sure we can all agree Noel's Yelp comments are trash. This video is not really sponsored by Dino's Pub. Dino's Pub, please give me free beer.
Okay, now I'm going to take this thing apart and put it back together. Right now I have a 5/32 hex bit and a 5/32 hex wrench. This is a replica X-Men 6-player arcade cabinet, and it's able to be taken apart. It's put together with brass inserts and steel fasteners. It's not particle board or those cheap IKEA fasteners that don't come apart right. Right now I'm taking apart the control panel, which I don't recommend. I think you should put it together as a unit and paint it together. It just looks better. Moving on to the back half of the cabinet. I should also mention that right now I have the fasteners installed just by hand and not in every single location for the sake of making this part of the video go faster. Now when you take the final pieces out, you want to make sure that it doesn't fall over, so it's good to support it. With this cabinet, it's a little bit wide, so it'll support itself. Other cabinets, maybe not so much. So that's it, taken apart. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put it back together. There's a couple tricks that go to putting it together. For instance, if you're doing it by yourself, which I don't really recommend, you want to have the big side pieces within arm's reach, and I got the back piece right here, plus I don't know what I'd call this, the center brace. You'll see where it goes. Just to kind of shore everything up, you want to put the fasteners in loose to begin with. What we have here is our brass inserts, and I believe it's a number 10 fastener, and so it threads in there. You should be able to do it by hand. Sometimes the threaded inserts maybe will get a little bit banged out, but you don't want to put them in all the way. If you do, you're not going to be able to get the other ones in. It's got to be kind of loose to begin with. I'm starting off with putting the back piece on. It will help support the other two pieces. This part of the video is at regular speed, and what I'm trying to demonstrate is you got to give the cabinet a little bit of a shake when you're putting the fasteners in. Hopefully you can pick up on that. They should go in by hand, and everything should be pretty well square. I don't want to repeat myself too much, but you don't want to install it with full force, otherwise the cabinet won't be able to move around and it won't square up like it should. So after you put the back half on and then one or two of the sides, you can see that it's pretty sturdy. Now moving on to the top piece. This is the piece that holds on the television. With the speaker grill, I have it supported on my shoulder. It's a little bit wide and narrow. This is the front piece that has the description of the players. Now I'm wheeling the cabinet around. Normally this section of the cabinet has leg levelers, and I'm putting on the back piece. You can see there's 2 vent holes for the heat to come out. Then the back half's been put together. Yeah, now I'm building the control panel. You're going to want to grab the side pieces that go together and kind of stage them within arm's reach. The control panel has wheels, and I didn't show me attaching them because it's pretty straightforward. There's 4 holes in the thing and it gets 4 screws. Most arcade machines would be done by now because they're not in 2 pieces like this one, which is why I decided to feature it. So same thing as before, you want these pieces within arm's reach so that they don't fall into themselves. And then once you attach a couple pieces, they sit on their own. This control panel is actually a little bit complicated because each piece has to go exactly in the right spot. So some of these side braces are a little hard to figure out. And everything fits with not a whole lot of gap in between them. So here's some of those little brace pieces I was talking about that have to go in exactly the right spot. And if you don't put it in the right spot, it won't mess you up because it can only go in one way. You're going to want to push this thing together, make sure it's nice and flush. Sand that down so it's nice and flush, maybe put some sealant in here.
Nope.
See a little gap?
Yep.
So when you're going to put the fasteners in, you want to make sure everything's nice and flush, and then kind of finger tight them. That's kind of what I wanted to show there. There's a trim piece that fits right underneath there so you don't see the bottom of the cabinet through the window. So there's a lot more to do to finish this up. I mean, obviously you're going to need to paint it. You're going to need to put all the fasteners in, make sure this thing is pushed together, everything goes in like it wants to. Final tighten the fasteners, and then this of course gets hardware on the front. I put two little cabinet hardware right there. What else is there? I mean, that's about it. I think once you get it pretty squared up, all the other ones should go in. Do everything finger tight first. Make sure that you, like I was showing earlier, you get everything kind of stored up when you put the fasteners in. And then you go chase it with your handy dandy screwdriver, and then that's it. I mean, you're able to take it apart. Once you get it all put together like this, it's kind of nice because it will fit in your basement or down some stairs. You don't have to carry it. But there is some doing. Oh, I guess there is, these brackets to go here. Like that. And that bracket to go there. So yeah, that's it. You can cut it.